Hello, it's Fabienne from Boldheart, and thank you for joining me today. I want you to meet Lori Manca. Lori, introduce yourself to everybody watching.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lori Manca. I'm a compliance attorney from Washington, D.C. area, and I have helped companies with smaller legal departments figure out how to comply with laws and regulations.
Awesome. You joined us, what is it, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, Lori?
Yeah, November 2019.
Okay. Yeah. So, what was your situation like before joining us? What was your day to day? What was not working? What were you struggling with? Just so people can hear
Sure.
what it was like.
Um, I was basically stuck. I was a solopreneur, doing everything completely myself, and I built a decent business. I had about 10 clients, and was handling that fine, and but just felt like I could do more, but I didn't know how to grow my business, what to do to kind of propel myself forward. And I was interested in learning more about how to grow a business. So that's kind of where I was.
Yeah. And you'd been following me, watching me for a few years. Is that what I understand?
Yeah, I've been watching you on Facebook and watching your videos and some of the clips from the mindset retreat, which were really intriguing to me at the time. And just wanted to learn more and went to the mindset retreat in November last year, a year and a half ago, whenever that was, and just joined the program there.
Yeah. What is it about the program that made you think, like, I got to do this for myself?
Well, the learning and the prospect of learning how to leverage and grow a business was the main thing. But when I got into it, I realized it was really the community. So much inspiration from the other women and a few men in the program. So much love and support, so many resources. If you were stuck trying to figure something out, chances are somebody else already did and will help you figure that same thing out. So those have been the things that have been the most useful, I would say.
Yeah, the what I find is many of us start our businesses, our solo businesses. We're working in the extra bedroom or at the kitchen table or the dining room table, and it can be really lonely. And to be inserted in this community of extreme generosity of other people who may look different than us, have different businesses, but we're really all the same. And having that kind of support without sounding cheesy is kind of like the wind in our sails. Is that what happened to you?
Yeah, for sure. Um, there's just something magic about it on so many levels. Being surrounded by so many talented people who know so much and not only that, we're just willing to help you. Um, and that sort of symbiotic relationship. You help others, and others help you. It's really really great.
Yeah. What's happened in the last year and a half to your business, Lori? What are we celebrating?
It's kind of taken off. I implemented a marketing strategy and hired an expert to help me do that, and it's been hugely successful. I've been able to find my ideal clients, and they've been able to find me. I have 8 new clients in 6 months. I've shifted my pricing model, which is helping my boost my revenue.
You
And
used to, if I understand correctly, you used to sign up 2 new clients a year, and now in 6 months you've signed up 8 new clients. This is a
yeah,
big
mhm,
deal.
it
Big
is big.
deal.
Big,
Yeah.
and a 60% revenue boost, I would say, about in the past 6 months, which has been
60. Do you
super
realize that
exciting.
people don't even do that in a year?
I know, and we're in a pandemic.
Yeah, 60% revenue boost in 6 months. Lori, congratulations. That is fantastic. What are the elements of the program that you gain the most from? We talked about the community, but is it the activators? Is it the mastermind pods monthly, the weekly Q&A, your strategy session, implementation times, the mindset? Like, what for you, which ones would it be?
Um, Definitely the leverage track learning. I've learned a lot about just around not doing everything yourself and
Creating a self-managing business. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And the pod, I have the best pod. It's really amazing.
You know, they all say that.
Oh, so that's been super great. The activators that you do on mindset have been super, super helpful as well. Uh,
Yeah.
really, the whole package has really helped me get beyond resistance and get beyond just sort of the stuck position I was in,
Yeah.
and really, yeah,
A lot of people don't realize that they're in resistance, which can show up like perfection paralysis. And I think that was for you in procrastination because you want everything to be perfect.
yeah,
Uh, it changes everything when you just shift your mindset and just go. Like, just go.
totally, totally. I was totally stuck in perfectionism, and it was a huge mindset shift for me to get out of that, but the return on investment is huge.
I mean, you're
Yeah,
doing LinkedIn videos now and
crazy.
crazy. You never thought you would do that.
No, I never thought I would do it, and, it's just a completely different perspective, really on both business and life, right? Just just go, just move, just do something, and if it doesn't work out, it's okay, you shift and you do something else.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, you watched me for a while. Was there resistance in joining the program? And if so, what specifically was the resistance? And how did you overcome it? Was it money? Was it time? Was it, I don't know if this will actually work?
For a while, it was time, and then my last child left for college, and I sort of didn't have that excuse anymore. Then I think it was really just fear, fear of playing a bigger game and fear of putting myself out there. I'm not someone who's super comfortable in the spotlight, so um, for me, it was really hard to get over that. And for some reason, I just had a resistance around investing in myself and my business.
Can you say more about that? Because you wouldn't be the only one. I had that too in the beginning. Like, they want how much? That's crazy. I experienced it too. And then when I actually did, that's when my income doubled, tripled
Yeah,
every year. But it's
yeah.
like getting over that. How did you get over the resistance to investing in yourself?
It's a great question. I think it's really just seeing other people succeed in the program and just taking a leap of faith. I remember talking to one of your coaches, Caitlin, at the mindset retreat. And Caitlin said something. I said, "Well, I don't know if this will work for me because I'm in the B2B space, right?" And Caitlin said, "Oh, just give it a try. Worst case scenario, like, you'll have a great group of new friends." So I just sort of took a leap of faith. I don't know how to explain it other than that. And, just based on what I was seeing. And very quickly, I could see the return on investment.
Yeah. Yeah. There's somebody who's watching right now, us talking, and she's likely been following for a while, um, watched other videos, and maybe she's in a B2B situation like you are. And she's thinking, should I, shouldn't I? I don't know if I feel comfortable investing in myself, or what will my spouse say? Or I've tried other programs and those didn't work. And all the resistance that comes up with, like you said, taking that bigger leap and playing that bigger game. What would you say to her if you were sitting across the kitchen table from her about what it's like to be in the Boldheart program and what she should do?
Um, I would say, again, take a leap of faith. There's so much to the program. You're going to find something that helps you, that propels you forward. I've seen it with everyone in the program. There's so much to it, there's so much value in it, in so many different ways and so many different aspects. Um, you know, you may resonate with the community, you may love your pod, you may get a lot out of the Q&A calls. There's just so much there. I think everyone will find tremendous value, no matter what it is for them.
Yeah. And for the person who's thinking, because I always get this, it's like, oh, so many coaches. It's not that we have so many coaches. We have some coaches, we have our interior designers, and we have lawyers and all of that. But for the person who's in a B2B, who's looked at this program and said, oh, is it going to be translatable to B2B? What would your take on that be?
It definitely has for me. Honestly, the principles for leveraging a business are really the same no matter what type of business it is. And it's really made me think completely differently about how I deliver my services and to allow me to do it in a more leveraged growth kind of way. And I think that's true just as much for B2B as it is for B2C.
Yeah, absolutely. Lori, congratulations. You're such an inspiration to the people who are watching this. This may just be the thing that they needed to reach out and have a chat with one of our strategy coaches. And I just want to thank you for being willing to share your story so that you can pass it forward, pay it forward for someone else. Thanks so much for sharing.
You're so welcome. Thanks so much, Fabienne.
Yeah.